And let's get into your work and stuff. So you work as a penetration tester, you work as a bug bounty hunter, you have Hall of Fames at Google. Let's talk about that. So what do you actually do being a penetration tester? Who is a penetration tester actually?
Okay, so a small joke before I start. I'm a pen tester. Not mean I test the pen. I do not grab that pen, check if it works or not. That's not the pen tester I am. So basically, what it's like I get paid to hack my customers, and my customer themselves, they would be building applications. They would be building, for example, the Moodle that we had been using, right? That's also an application. And then there would be something like an office network as well, right? Like if you get connected to your Wi-Fi as well, inside your Wi-Fi there would be a lot of different devices. That's a net. Now it can be small, up to like just a few devices, or it can be a really huge network that belongs to a big corporate as well. And there would be mobile application that you use daily and all this kind of stuff. So what is our customer who owns those systems comes to us asking for like, hey, we want to test the security of it so that we can fix any security loopholes before the bad hackers come and hack us. And then once they give us the project, I start testing out for every individual security loopholes that I can find, try to think how an attacker would hack them and disrupt their business and processes. And I would try to find all those security gaps, all those loopholes, test out from the experience and all, and then prepare a report and then give them a proper teaching them what exactly the issue is, how exactly they can fix those kind of issues so that they become somewhat relatively secure. And it's going to be, basically it's like I'm trying to hack my customer before bad hackers hack them, so protect them from the bad hackers. So it's just that's how my day-to-day job looks like.
Okay, so what kind of customers do you have, like generally on an average, let's say?
You mean like what sort of applications they have?
Yeah, or what kind of penetrations do you do, or what kind of hackings do you do? What kind of customers do you have?
I've got like a really broad range of customers. So basically, we've got startups who owns just a small web application with like a website that has like thousands of users or whatever, and I basically like try and hack into those applications. I try and hack into mobile applications, networks, and even we also perform something like, I think we're going to talk about it, to the scam things. So in terms of scam, it's not a scam, it's called phishing or social engineering. So we even simulate social engineering attacks to see if the human beings or if the staff are safe enough, because human link is the weakest link in the security industry. So we try to as well, and then we try to hack into buildings, hack into like everything there is that is that used by an attacker to compromise their business.
What? So you just correct me if I'm wrong. Do you just say that you even hack humans?
Yes, so to some extent it would be hacking humans as well. Yes.
Okay, what do you do actually in that case scenario?
It depends, right? Like at some scenario, it would be just sending out fake emails that would look almost like a legitimate to what their businesses would be sending to their staff. Let's say, for example, I would pose as I am from their HR, and I would say, hey, you get a salary increase. To review that, you click on this, and then you'd be redirected to blah blah blah. Put on your password for your corporate, and then from there you would be able to access your report, and you can accept or reject it, or if you have any other details, please reach out to our HR via this email or something like that, right? And that's one way of doing things. Second way of doing things, like if, for example, if we are hacking into building, if we are trying to infiltrate our business's office branch physical space, at that point of time we pose like, hey, I come from your IT department, this is my fake ID card, and I'll try to create that relationship with them.
So you actually go out and talk to them and do that?
Yeah, we do that as well. So
have you done that?
Yeah, I've done that, and I still have one of the engagement left. Because of the lockdown, I could not do this the recent one, but after the lockdown, I'm gonna go and do it. I already have everything set up. I've got my fake ID card. I've got my fake letter of letter that says I am from the IT department.
You sound like a spy right now, bro.
Well, it's actually to prevent them hacked by someone who does it for bad intention, right? Like, for example, if I manage to fool them, if I manage to gain that trust and infiltrate their building, then from there I can start compromising their whole business, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if they have some checking like, hey, even though I show them my fake ID badge, if I show them my fake letters or whatever, everything else,
Mm-hmm.
they still would need to verify with their specific managers or department, and there needs to be known that someone from this specific place is coming. If they don't know, they should not let me in.
Mm-hmm.
But if I can fool them, if I can gain that trust initially by conversation and be able to infiltrate, now that's an issue, that's a security gap.
Mm-hmm.
And a hacker can use the same method to get access to their building, and then from there, you never know, they can plant a bomb, they can plant like or some malware or viruses, or even they might be able to get a backdoor inside so that they can hack remotely the business, right? So those kind of things always happen. So we try to do those kind of things as well too. We try to simulate those kind of things so that we can save our customer from such attacks.
That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool to know, man, being able to go out and actually do that. Man.
Yeah, it's not that often actually in Australia. In case of Australia, it's not too often when we actually go out in the physical side. It comes like there would only be a few engagements a year, but yeah, other kind of social engineering, like sending out emails or giving them a phone call to get access to certain data and those kind of things. Those are the kind of comparatively normal kind of social engineering that happens here.
Okay, so you basically do all of that. You actually go and hack them so that you know how can others could hack it, so you could prevent that. That's basically a penetration tester. That's what you do.
Yeah, so basically that's the job of the pen tester. I try to hack whatever they have so that we can learn how to secure those perimeters. And if an actual attacker comes and tries to attack them, they would be safe from those attacks.
But do you already know all sorts of hacking that could happen and you try that? Or is it like for specific businesses you have like specific kind of hacking only? Is there anything like that? Plus the hackers are growing as you are growing. You know, they should be coming up with new tricks and new techniques. How do you know that? How do you deal with that?
So yeah, that's the reason I told you, like, I don't really mind working 9 to 5, and there's always something new to learn every single day. It's the reason is like, so basically I don't know everything. I don't know every single way of hacking or every single that other could use to hack. But whatever I know that can keep them relatively secure, it's safe, so that it's like if nobody just comes up with some basic skill levels, they won't be able to hack them. I'm trying to protect up to the maximum level. I'm trying to give them maximum security level. It does not mean I'm going to help them prevent 100% of the time that they won't be hacked, but it's going to make the life of bad hackers really hard. They won't be able to easily hack into their applications or business or anything. And in terms of learning, in terms of actually learning if I can or not, if I cannot learn about, or if how would I know new type of attacks, how exactly things are happening, you know? It's pretty, so how would I know is I would always, so I've got a daily habit of reading at least single blog post about something, whatever it comes in the infosec industry. I'm always subscribed to different magazines about if there are like any threats had happened. Let's say most of the customers use Microsoft's business suite, and a lot of customer uses Amazon's cloud services, Google's cloud services as well, and all these kind of things. So if any compromise happens in their core services, they release a statement saying, hey, this is the kind of things have been happening, please upgrade your systems to prevent such kind of attacks. We have patched it and we have sent an update. So I would be subscribed to those kind of magazines and those kind of newsletters as well. So that from there I would read. I daily in a daily basis I have conversation with my friends all over the world who is also working in the industry. We have different kind of skill level. We work in different type of hacking. So I learn from them, and there's a really good source out there in Twitter as well. So I can follow a lot of hackers and learn from their blog posts and their methodology that they are sharing. So yeah, that's how I do. So whatever happens in the world, if it is publicly shared, I would read about it every day and then try to understand what exactly happened, how I can actually use it in my methodology so that I could secure my customers.
It's more than just 9 to 5 job. You have to stay alert all the time. You have to check everything. Keep updated. But that's the thing about tech. I think anything related to technology, it's changing so fast, so rapidly that if you want to be in the industry, you need to constantly keep on updating like a software,
It's a really fast-paced industry. Like every day, technology coming, there would be old technology going off. There would be a lot of that's being updated to a complete new system as well. And it's us who need to start learning about them as fast as possible so that we can secure the customers. And also, yeah, it's a really fast-paced industry. And I think because of that as well, it becomes really fun because it's like a challenge whether technology gonna win over you or can by that.
Okay, since you're there, let me ask you, since you're into tech and everything, do you think there would be a time in future when AI would take over human beings?
Okay, that would, if we have to think, we need to think from various perspectives, right? Even if you look now, there had been a lot of systems that has been used like machine level languages or machine level. They had been trained by the AI for the AI algorithms as well and all. But the main question is who made that initially? It's the human being, right? And at some point of time, still human beings gonna need to help it to grow it itself, or human beings still needs to help them to at least get started. I don't think at any point of time it's gonna completely take over human beings or the job of human beings, but provided that it can take over most of the basic jobs, like you can see like the packing jobs that you can see, they can be easily replaced by machines, right? And if the AI and machine learning algorithm is good enough, if it is trained enough, it can do it in more safer way. Diffusing the bomb, there won't be need of any bomb diffusers in terms of, because the machine would be able to do it as well by looking at it, see, and they would be able to process even faster, understand what exactly to be done in order to diffuse it with less error. Same goes out to like a lot of different businesses, even in the customer service market, even in the local grocery market, retail shops and all. A lot of these things can be replaced, but every human being, I really don't think.
I don't know, man. The way things have been going on right now and the way everything has been developing, it's again, I think it's only coming from movies more than what I know personally or my research. I'm ignorant about that. It's just coming from the movies, but it seems like, like what if machines reach to a level so that they could start themselves,
I mean, it's a possibility. Like it's a complete possibility that could happen. But again, I really don't think it's something like we really need to worry about that, at least in our lifetime.
Not in our life. That's not happening in our life. Just something.
It won't even happen for like next few decades, I guess. It's just gonna even longer time. Like not just decades. I mean, it's not gonna be centuries. Like it cannot take over completely. It's still like, I mean, like it might take over like, let's say 60% of jobs or 60 to 70% of what people are doing, but and I still don't think machines would have errors.
Well, when it comes to jobs and automation, machinery, I think like since the beginning, I think since the industrial revolution or whatever, since the machines started coming in, they of course took some jobs that human beings were doing and they do it more effectively. But somehow or somewhat, you would always need human beings. If they might have taken one job, it might start another job that never existed. So I don't think automation would take out job at least completely. Yeah, but again, if I think like they could take over human beings, of course there might be a time when that might happen and no jobs. But for now, as much as I can see, although people are losing few jobs because of this automation thing and everything, I think it's also generating another new jobs, which never existed. So I think somehow they will balance themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Like it might take on like your normal day job of, let's say you need to fill a shelf in grocery store, right? It might take over that job, but maintaining that machine,
there's another job,
right? Even now that job does not exist for the grocery store. You never know if every grocery store would start using machines. Now they would need people who would maintain that machine, right? Now it's gonna some job that does not exist in that industry as well. So yeah, that's a huge possibility out there.
Yeah, I think we'll balance out that.
Yeah, human beings are really amazing, creative beast. We would find something greater.
We'll do. If you like this video, hit subscribe. You can listen to the full podcast in YouTube, Anchor, Apple Podcasts and Spotify.